Heart check. How should a Christian dress? In life, in worship, and in service. So let's just start here. Clothing reveals posture, not just style. And before God ever talks about the heart, and Scripture shows that what we wear often reveals our motives, our maturity, our reverence, our awareness of others, and our awareness of God. The real question is never, is this trendy? It's, what is this saying about my heart? Modesty is not about hiding the body, wearing turtlenecks and long skirts to cover every part of you. It's about honoring God. Biblical modesty is rooted in humility, self-control, and reverence. It asks, am I drawing attention to myself? Am I stirring distraction? Am I awakening desires that don't belong to the person looking? Am I honoring God with my body? Modesty is not shame, though. Don't get it wrong. Modesty is love. Scripture warns against becoming a stumbling block. The Bible repeatedly commands believers not to cause others to fail. In 1 Corinthians 10:32, it says, do not cause anyone to stumble. And then we hear, do not put a stumbling block in your brother's way, Romans 14:13. And in Romans 14:21, it says, do nothing that causes your brother to fall. If my clothing ignites lust, distracts people from worship, or pulls attention toward my body instead of toward God, then I've become that stumbling block that Scripture warns about. You're not responsible for someone else's sin, but you are, however, responsible for not contributing to it or enticing them to sin. Jesus raises the standard. Jesus teaches that lust begins in the heart, Matthew 5:28. But Scripture never excuses the person who provokes temptation either. Holiness, love, and restraint protects other people. And this is why modesty is not legalism. It's care for the souls around you. Serving in God's house requires a different standard. When you serve, you're not just you. You're a representative. In Scripture, those who ministered before God had to dress in a way that honored Him, avoided distraction, and reflected the seriousness of that assignment. It communicated purity and reverence. Serving is not a fashion show. It's not a place to express your personal style first. It's a place to express God's glory first. So look in the mirror and ask yourself, does what I'm wearing help people focus on Jesus, or does it pull attention toward me? Approaching the king requires intentionality. In the ancient world, no one approached a king casually. Think about Esther. Esther didn't walk into the throne room in just anything. She prepared herself. It said, Esther put on her royal robes. That's in Esther 5:1. If she honored an earthly king with intentional clothing, how much more should we honor the King of Kings? Exodus and Leviticus, God literally gave a dress code for His presence. This is the part that most people forget. Exodus 28, God commands Moses to make holy garments for Aaron, for glory, for beauty, for dignity and honor. Why? Because Aaron was entering the presence of the Father. Exodus 28:43 says, they must wear them so they will not incur guilt and die. So, kind of a translation, don't come into my presence casually. Wear things fit for a king. Exodus 19. Before God descended on Mount Sinai, the people had to consecrate themselves, wash their garments, and prepare to meet him. Leviticus 16. The high priest had to bathe and put on holy linen garments before entering the Holy of Holies. We're not under the old garments, but the principle of reverence remains. God doesn't require robes, but he does require honor. So, what does this mean for us today? When we gather in worship, we are entering the presence of the King. We're entering the Father's house, the court of the Holy One. So we don't dress like we're going to the club, the beach, out on a date night, to a social event, or a place where we want the attention. We dress like people who understand. I'm stepping into sacred space. I'm in this spot to show as a witness to others how to be, how to live. And that includes how to dress. It's not out of legalism. It's not out of man-made rules. It's out of reverence for the Lord. So let's do a final heart check. Am I dressing to honor God or attract attention? Am I protecting others from stumbling or provoking temptation? Am I dressing like someone who knows I'm entering the presence of the King? Am I dressing in a way that reflects dignity, humility, and reverence? How about asking this one? Would I wear this if Jesus were physically in the room? Truth bomb, he is. He is in the room. The core truth here, clothing doesn't make you holy, but holiness should shape what you're wearing. God doesn't demand perfection, but he does deserve our reverence and love. Real love protects other people from stumbling. Friends, hang in there. Don't give up. Keep checking your heart.